Obviously, Coach, not the result we hope for. Tough to find words after a game like this, but take me through tonight's game from your perspective, what you saw from your team, and ultimately what you felt the difference was.
Well, first of all, leading up to this, which, we've kind of been through this, but I'm so proud, so happy for these players. I mean, they will live in infamy in reference to women's basketball at the University of Rio Grande. I think women's basketball started here in 1970, I'm thinking 74, 72 or 74. And of all the teams, and we have well over 1,000 wins in the program, of all the teams, and I've been through 34 of them, or 34 years of them, this by far is the most accomplished group of players that's come through these hallowed grounds. I mean, think about this place. We got to walk the sidewalks that Bevo Francis and Newt Oliver and Wayne Wiseman and Don Vanellick and Roy Moses, and it just goes on, that they walked these paths. And for us to do what we have done, we fell short of the 39-0 record that Bevo Francis had, but I mean, 32-1 ain't bad. So I'm so proud of this program. I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of the teams in the last 4 or 5 years that have led up to this, because they had the foundation of what this basketball program should be all about. The culture that we have right now is a result of hard work and dedication from other people, and it just keeps getting passed down. I mean, I saw a lot of players from several years ago here tonight, and that just warmed my heart to see that. They're here to watch and to be supportive of what we're doing, and this group deserves all of the accolades. This coaching staff deserves all the accolades. And so leading up to this game tonight, that is the foundation, that is the bedrock as to where we are this season, winning the 5th consecutive 5 years in a row River State's conference tournament. Okay? Let that sink in. That's a half a decade. Somebody told me a half a decade, and I said, what? No. I said, yeah, it is. 5 years of winning River State's conference tournament. 4 out of the last 5 years of winning the River State's conference championship. So, come on. That's awesome. That is good. That's the way everybody dreams at the beginning of the year. What are our goals? Where we're going to go undefeated and win a state title or win the national tournament or whatever. And those were our goals too. And we fell short of that. Our game tonight, leading up to this, I thought we battled and played extremely well, and won some games that we needed to. We had some rocky starts the last part, maybe the last 6, 7 games of the season. We struggled in the first quarter, and it didn't matter against whom. Maybe we were down a couple of times at halftime. We were up to this halftime. We were on a roll third quarter. We came out flat. We miss a layup and they hit a 3. We miss a 3 and they hit a layup, and I mean, our 6-point lead at halftime quickly evaporated. We called a timeout and we got back in control, and things were kind of coming back our way. Then we had a little hiccup there in I believe it was in the mid to late third quarter. 2:20 left in the third. Thank you, because I need that stat for later on. 2 minutes 20 seconds left in the third, and it just, the old wheels fell off the wagon. I'll just leave it at that, because I'm not going to go down that path as to what I really want to say. And give credit. Indiana Wesleyan is a good team. Coach Nathan, he's done a tremendous job while he's been there. He's in the national championship game last year and lost to Dordt, and now he's got a lot of new freshmen, and they're going to be right there again. They're there. And so for us to battle and be in a position to beat them just makes me feel even that much better that we had the right stuff. As I think it was John Glenn would say, with the right stuff when they were trying to get to the moon. We had the right stuff that we could have gone on. If we could have gotten through this to the Sioux City, the round of 16, who knows? We'll never know that. So after that hiccup, then the wheels fell off. then we got back, and we actually, I think maybe took a one or 2 point lead, possibly. And then we, had some situations else that happened. They're a good ball club, and they hit some threes when they needed to. They hit free throws when they needed to. We had Sophia Klein, a big player on the inside for us, a dominant player on the inside for us, fouled out. Marley Grinstead gets a very questionable, unsportsmanlike technical, and a foul. So that's 2, and then she ends up fouling out. So it was a great game, and if you're if you're in the stands and you watch that game, then you've got to say, wow, that was a great game to watch. I love our fan base. We got the best fan base in the country, I think, and I asked somebody to do a head count, because people just estimate on the head count, and I guarantee you there's over 1,000 people there. Had to be over 1,000 people. So leading up to this game, everything going well. So proud of the community, so proud of my players, so proud of my coaching staff, so proud of our what we have done. And then the game, it just didn't work out for us. And my grandma always would say when I'd come in from a high school game, David, how'd you do? I said, well, Mama, we lost. And she said, well, there's a winner, there's a loser. The sun's going to come up tomorrow. Do you want a piece of apple pie with ice cream? And then all of a sudden it just, So I know my kids are hurting, I'm hurting, my coaches are hurting. We'll regroup. The coaches will figure out, a game plan, give them some time off, and we'll get right back into maybe some postseason conditioning and working out, and then, start looking for next year. So proud of Marley Grinstead, being a 4-year player here, all the things, the accolades that she has done, and I know she probably feels like it was all her fault, and it wasn't. And I told her at the end of the game that, none of this was anybody's fault. It's just the way it ended up. And then Marina Garcia Perez, an unbelievable person. She's had my back here all along, and we got a term in the police world, got your 6, and she's had my 6, and I love her for that. And we just got to move on and go on from there. So Indiana Wesleyan is a great team. Coach Worley has a beautiful program. He does a great job. He can work officials. He's got that personality. He ought to run for mayor of whatever town he's living in. He's a great guy. And I'd vote for him. He and I, we kid each other because he says I must be the mayor of Rio Grande, which I'm not. But anyway, this has been a great year, and I'm proud of everything we've done. I have no regrets. Would have been nice to be getting ready to get on a bus Sunday to start driving out to Sioux City, Iowa. But I want to wish our team success. I don't know how Shawnee did today. I know they were in their final. I'm hoping that they won. I know Brescia lost their first round. Did they win? Shawnee held on. So Shawnee's gone to Sweet 16. So we got 2 teams that made it to the round 32. Which was us and Shawnee, and then we got 1 team that made it to the Sweet 16, which is Shawnee. So kudos to River State. I think we're getting better, and I think people are going to have to give us a little more respect. We can't be Rodney Dangerfield anymore. We had 3 teams in the dance, and 2 of us advanced first round, and 1 is going to advance to the round of 16. So I think that's good enough for the River State's conference. So.
I agree. So toe-to-toe with the national runner-up tonight here for the chance to advance to Sioux City, and they're a lot of the game. Felt like you and your team had a really good chance to do that. But I have to ask about the turning point in the game, which was the technical in the third quarter, and questionable, as you said, against Marley there. How big of a turning point, like you said, the technical plus the foul, 6-point deficit at that point?
Well, I mean, anybody that knows anything about sports and competitive basketball, and this was a 1 or 2 possession game just about the entire game. Then all of a sudden you take a swing like that, a foul and technicals, and then there were a couple other calls that just didn't go our way, went the other way. I mean, to me it was about an 8 to 10 point swing. And then, but that's my job as a coach, to rally my team and rally my troops. my players' job to keep a cool head, and we did. And we got back, and we cut it to where we almost tied it up. I had to really look, but we were there. And that was a response of the fans. The fans kind of led that, speared us on, because when it looked like we were down and out, players coming over the bench, heads down, we got our heads up, and we just did what we do. And so I'm not going to address my personal thoughts and feelings on it. I'm very frustrated over the whole situation, but we're all human, whether coaches or players or administrators, it doesn't matter. It happened. I'm proud that we gave the right interest and energy and effort to get back in it. And if it was just meant to be, we would have gotten back in it. We could have won that game. We just didn't. Even down the stretch with 19 seconds, we run a Hail Mary, we get it down, we get it to the glass, and then there's a foul, and we score. And then, anything can happen. Anything can happen in this beautiful game, and I was so proud of my kids for hanging in there. I thought our coaching staff, they gave good advice or suggestions, and as a head coach, that's all I need. I need to hear 2 or 3 different viewpoints, because I'm trained on one thought process, and if I can hear something else, maybe, okay, that does make sense and we can go that route. We made great decisions down the stretch, but it just wasn't meant to be. And I'm proud of our players. 32-2. I'm so used to saying 1. 32-2. Proud of them and proud of everything that we've done. Love the parents of our kids, especially Marley, and of course I don't know Marina's parents that well because they live across the pond, but they've been very supportive, and the parents of those 2 young ladies should be really, really proud of the product that they have created in Marina Garcia Perez and Marley Grinstead. They'll forever be in my heart and memory, and I appreciate everybody on that team. And the future is bright for this crew.
Well, I'm glad you went there, because you had Allie and Peyton in here earlier, but you wanted to see a little bit more from Josie tonight. I thought we did see that from Josie tonight. What did we see from her, especially on Sophie and Sophie?
Josie didn't grow up tonight. Josie has always been there. I think Josie she's at the point now, I'm ready to go. And she and Sophia complement each other. And you know what? I think they may be best buds. I really do. Their demeanor is so cool, and they support each other. And then Josie just stepped up, didn't she, though? Rebounding and getting it to the glass and scoring and doing those things that, when Sophia fouled out, Josie said, "Hey, I got you, girl. Get on my back." And she did that. I was so proud and pleased of that. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was pretty good. We just didn't get the offensive power that we have had in the past. But, again, Indiana Wesleyan had a lot to do with that.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, too, and we'll get you out of here. I thought Maggie was lights out. She played tremendous. What would you seen from her that made life difficult for you on the defensive end? Because I thought you guys were playing great defense. She was great on ball. What were you seeing?
That young, you're talking about number 35?
No, 20.
Number 20.
35's a player, too.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Preacher, though.
Well, number 20 just has that knack. She's long enough and athletic enough, and I don't know her personally, but I'd say she's got a good basketball IQ, because she always seemed to be at the right place at the right time, getting the tip or the rebound or the offensive board and putting it back up and in, and then the young lady can score. So 35, she's got the perfect body build, and then she's got range. She can go to that coffin corner and rise up. Reminded me, if put a wig on Larry Bird, I think she looked like Larry Bird. Yes, unbelievable. And she could drive, and they do a good job schematically, where they spread the floor, and they're unselfish enough that they get the ball side to side and get it to where they can go one-on-one. Our game plan was to double her a little more in the post, but when you're tired and you're out on the perimeter because we're afraid they're going to hit some threes, then it left a lot of isolations on the inside, and I thought she did a nice job. They didn't do well at free throws in the first half, but second half they sealed the deal on us on free throws. So great ball club. They're good kids, good team. Coach is doing a great job with them, and we wish them. As a matter of fact, you know what? I I hope IWU wins the national championship, because even though it's not much, but it's a little consolation that the national champions put us out.
Anything else you want to throw at us here, Coach?
I appreciate you guys coming and doing this on your own, and this is the second time that we have hosted a pod, and I would like to think that we have done a tremendous job, and I would like to think that in the future this program can continue to host pods, and it's what it's all about, the competition in the NAIA. In the River States Conference, Ryan Murphy, our assistant commissioner, was here the entire time and did a tremendous job, so shout out to him and kudos to him for always being there and running point, basically, as a point guard would do on the basketball court. So it's been a great run, it's been a great ride. So I'm proud to be a part of this, and we'll live to fight another day.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Eric.